Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to Inuyashiki Episode 3. So, we're doing another one episode this time. I think we're just going to probably end up doing one episode a week for this show. At least for the time being. I just feel it's going to be easier. Am I a little fuzzy? Or is that just me? I'll check. But, so, last time we left off, Inuyashiki had tried to save this family, but got there too late after the other guy, whose name I can't think of right now. I'm sure we'll be reminded. No, I think it was Hiro. Yeah, I think it was Hiro. Okay. Ironic choice of name for the villain to have. But he has been, yeah, he did some terrible things, and he's kind of a sociopath. The last episode I mentioned was very hard to watch and was very just disturbing, and I stand by that. It's still, even thinking about the things that happened, was like very, very messed up. But I think that was the point, to show such a big difference when it comes to how he's using his powers to how Inuyashiki was. And now we have the two of them coming face to face, and again, I mentioned this last time, I really didn't expect that to happen. When we realized he was the bad guy, this other cyborg, Hiro, I really didn't expect them to come face to face until much later down the road. So, the way I think this is going to go is that this fight isn't going to be conclusive. That it's going to kind of leave off either someone interrupts them or something happens to just stop the fight. One way or the other. I don't know what it's going to be, but we'll have to see for that. This series is proving to be very good so far, though. Like, very good. It has some great psychological elements. It has some amazing action elements, some sci-fi elements. It combines a lot of stuff, even drama, to a point. The only thing I really haven't seen is comedy. So that's kind of missing, but I don't expect it to be in this kind of series, to be honest. They might, like, try, like, to make, maybe the villain Hiro try to make him make a joke at some point, to kind of show how little he really understands, about how what he's doing is terrible. Maybe something like that, but other than that, I just don't see there being a lot of, like, humor in this series. It's not the right kind of show for that. Either way, I will say that I don't know if this is being uploaded, like, before I leave today or after. Because if you didn't know, I mentioned in my live stream earlier, but today I am actually going to a video game night with some friends. We're going to hang out, play some games, and I'm leaving here about either somewhere between 4 and 5:30. It wholly depends on my mother and if she can drive me or not. If she can drive me, I'll probably be leaving later. Probably around 5 to 5:30, depending on when she gets back from work. She is a substitute teacher at a school, and they get out at 4, but she doesn't know exactly when she'll be able to be back here, so, yeah. And, if I decide to walk, I have to leave at 4, because it starts at 5. And it's about an hour walk to get there. So, yeah. I'm excited for it, though. Like, we haven't had one of these hangout nights with this group of friends in a while, because one of them, the one who mainly plans these out, he was away all summer at a camp. So, yeah, he's finally back, and so we're planning these out again. This is the same group of friends we've done bad movie nights with. I've mentioned those in the past. You know, where we purposefully watch bad movies and joke around about them and have fun. We've watched stuff like Birdemic and The Room and Batman Forever and stuff like that. Or was it Batman and Robin? One of the two. No, it was Batman and Robin, because that's the one with Mr. Freeze. That's the one we watched. We've watched that kind of stuff, the Last Airbender movie. And it's like, that's the entire point of those nights, and they're really fun. It sounds like it might be like bad because you're watching bad movies, but it's actually really fun to watch them and make fun of them and point out all the little flaws together. We just have a blast with it. And we have snacks and drinks and stuff during these nights too. But tonight we're doing game nights. So I'm just saying, if this is not uploaded, if this video is not uploaded before 4 or just after 4 maybe, don't expect it until late. Like, and this is Eastern time, by the way. 4 p.m. Eastern time, which is in about an hour and a half. If it's not uploaded by then, though I would hope it should be, but if it is not by 4 or just after, don't expect it until probably, I'd say, 1 to 2 a.m. Because I won't be getting back until probably after midnight. So yeah, just saying that off the bat. But I mean, at this point, you're not even seeing it until it comes up either way. So why am I even saying don't expect it until then? Because you're not seeing this until then. Either way, yeah. So it kind of makes no sense to say all of that. Either way, whenever you're seeing this, I do apologize if this is up like between 1 or 2 a.m. It shouldn't be. It should be up around 4 p.m., if not earlier. Because I should have the time to be able to get to it still. I don't have a lot to do around the house today. I don't have like a lot of dishes to do. I don't have to take this big shower because I took a shower yesterday. Might freshen up, of course, but yeah, I should be fine. Should be fine. That being said, we're just going to get right into this reaction. So, when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and if you... or rather, after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play, because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts, and will contain spoilers to the episode. So that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. Welcome back, and we will begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. Balance. Balance is an important thing in any series. You have to be able to balance out the different themes and ideals of your show. In this case, in this scenario, you have a show that is centered around action, is centered around morality and drama, and is centered around the two aspects of what to do when you get these superhuman powers. The aspect of using them to save and protect people, and the aspect of using them to kill, to murder, indiscriminately and without just any sort of hesitation. The first episode was solely focused on Inuyashiki, on how he was just living this terrible life, but was given this second chance, this gift that he could use to help people. And it ended on a very positive note with him helping this homeless man from these teenage bullies and saving his life. And it was really feel good. Yes, there was a lot in the first half of the episode that was really just hard to watch, and you really felt for this guy, but the episode overall was really feel good. Episode 2 took the complete opposite route. We got to meet Hiro, the other one who was hit by the alien spaceship and reconstructed as a cyborg. Hiro has the opposite viewpoint. He believes that because he got these powers, he's just the complete top of the food chain. He's all-powerful. No, everyone else is below him. No one can stand in his way. And he believes that because he has this power and because he's like this, he has every right to just kind of play with the lives of humans, of other humans. He believes that he has the right to take life as he sees fit, because he's basically he basically sees himself as a god. He has this sociopathic belief that he's basically the ultimate being, and as such, lives mean nothing to him. And it's not even so much that he's willing to kill. He's just openly he's openly killing. He's openly murdering, like, without hesitation. It's not that he just has the ability and he'd use it like for self-defense or something. He's openly willing to use it at any time he wants, whenever he just has the moment of thought like, oh, I just want to kill these people. No real reason, just because he can. And the second episode showed him taking out this entire family. Just gruesomely. He kills the mother after scaring her just by being there and everything. He then tortures the father, basically, by terrifying him and then telling him straight up he's going to kill his son, too. He kills the father, and the father falls onto the son, drowning the son. And then when the daughter comes home, he tortures her, like, is constantly screwing with her and fucking with her, making her more and more scared, and then he just kills her, too. And in this episode, he's just walking along, he hears a dog bark, and kills the dog, goes into the house, kills the family, and then as he's leaving, there's these two kids just running past, and he turns around and presumably kills them, too. And this episode, though, did something important. While the first two episodes were focused on one of each kind of style, episode 1 focusing on the more lighthearted side, Inuyashiki's viewpoint of things, of him becoming basically a superhero. Episode 2 focused on Hiro becoming a supervillain and doing these horrible, evil acts. And it was so gruesome and so hard to watch, while the first one was really easy to watch and really just joyful, even. And then this third episode balanced out both of those, and that is important. Because just trying to make it all lighthearted again would have been a mistake. It would have made it feel like it was just going back and forth, and would have felt kind of repetitive in a way, and just not really innovative or creative. And if they just went to wholly dark stuff again, then it would have just been too much. It would have, like, completely changed the entire feel of the show. So they balanced it out instead. They showed both sides. Inuyashiki is going around helping people. He helps fight off these assholes who are picking on this timid-looking businessman. He saves the life of this mother cat who was hit by a car, which really got to me. Like, you have no freaking idea. You could definitely see I was emotional, I'm sure, but I don't think you know exactly how emotional that got me. I love cats. I hate seeing cats, or even dogs, or any kind of animals really get, like, horribly hurt like that, or killed or whatnot. It really just bothers the hell out of me. Especially seeing it happen and stuff. And especially seeing, like, the aftermath, someone mourning over it. It's like, especially cats, though. Cats are definitely the worst for me because I love cats so much. And they're also just so cute and innocent looking. It's just like, even with dogs, like, dogs can be a lot more vicious and frightening looking to the point where it's not as affecting. It's still very affecting, don't get me wrong, but with cats, they just tend to be more cute and innocent looking than dogs. So that's another big reason why it affects me more. But then he also went into the hospital, and it looks like he's just praying over these people. I mean, to an outsider, it looks like he's just going into these rooms with these cancer patients, these people who have suffered horrifying injuries, who are just in a terrible condition, in comas and whatnot, and it looks like he's just laying his hand on them and praying over them. And I think that's the point. In fact, I think that's probably how he got in there. I doubt someone like him would have just broken in and forced his way through and stuff. No, he probably told them he was there. He probably came up with some story about being with a church or something, and that he wanted to pray over some of the people. And normally that kind of thing is fine. Like, I've heard of people doing that, going to hospitals and just praying over or praying with some of the patients in there. Even ones they don't know and stuff, just to help, just to show them that someone cares. And so, to an outsider, to a nurse or another patient or or just a doctor or whatnot, he just looks like he's praying over them. But in reality, he's healing them. He's saving their lives. And that's amazing. That's beautiful. It shows how good of a person he is. Now, this episode didn't show his interactions with his family, which I do hope they go more into in the future again. But it did, when it focused on Hiro, it did show his interactions with his friend. And it showed that his friend was sick of it. His friend really disagreed with the actions that Hiro was taking from a moral standpoint, and he took a stand against Hiro and told him, I can't be friends with you anymore. Don't come to my house. Don't talk to me again. And surprisingly enough, Hiro didn't kill him right there. I kind of figured he might, and I was afraid he would, but he didn't. He just told him, just keep coming to school. And that shows a side, in fact, a lot of this episode did show a side to Hiro that humanized him and showed that he is still human. First off, he was able to control himself in terms of the bullies at first. Now, he did kill them, but at first in the classroom, he didn't. He actually controlled himself and just got them to go away. And at first, I was thinking, okay, this is progress, maybe. And it didn't end up staying that way, but still. He still showed that, in this episode, he still showed he cares about his friend and wanted him to continue going to school, wanted him to continue living his life and all of that. And he showed he was willing to defend his friend to the end, and I do see he does have that kind of loyalty to those he cares for. Now, I'm wondering if this extends to his family. Does he have a family member, like a mother, a father, a brother, or sister, that he really cares for and that he'll defend to the end in this same kind of way? I would really love to see them go further into that. But yeah, this episode balanced things out beautifully. It was so well done, and I really want to see more of that. Now, I do want to see more, like, of one side or the other. I do want to see, like, an episode in the future that's just feel good, or an episode in the future that's just horrifying. Because they do need to still showcase that kind of idea. They do still need to showcase that Hiro is so evil at this point, so sociopathic, that he's going to still do this horrible stuff. And they really need to, like, go all in on that at least one more time. I know this is like an 11-episode series or something like that, but still, at least one more time. And there needs to be at least one more episode where it's just completely lighthearted, feel-good stuff with Inuyashiki. But I think the rest should be balanced. I think it should remain mostly balanced, and I think it would just be the smartest thing to do. Inuyashiki has started becoming a superhero. He's saving lives in all kinds of ways. And he's doing everything he can to help people. And that's awesome, and that's amazing. And he's such a nice, innocent, caring person, too. He's not looking for even the slightest bit of attention. He doesn't care. He's not looking for any kind of compensation. All he wants is to help people. He wants to be the hero that he never had. He lived this horrible life. He got cancer. His family didn't care for him. Everything was going wrong. And he didn't have anyone to be there for him. So he wants to be there for others in that way. When their lives seem hopeless, when they seem down, he wants to be there to help them. And that's beautiful, and that's amazing. And the series is just so well handled. It's well written, it's well voice acted, it's well animated. The scene where Inuyashiki's learning how to control his jetpack powers, you see him flying around by the buildings and stuff. It was really amazingly animated. Overall, I just really appreciate this. I really appreciate this this show so far. I don't know where it's going to go from here, but I will say that this has the potential of being top 10 material for me. I don't know if it will, but it has the definite potential. We'll have to see. In the meantime, thank you so much for tuning in. Tell me what you thought of this episode of Inuyashiki in the comments below. And for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.
And though you've come through many obstacles, shed tears along the way, you're still standing, live, love, laugh.